All right, so for today's episode of Reasons You Should Be Angry at Bungie, we're going to be covering the new art situation that has been blowing up over the last day or so. And so it all kind of starts here with this post that Anti-Real made. And Anti-Real, her links will be in the comment section, in the description for anyone to see. But basically it starts with this. And so it's about the Marathon Alpha. And that this is a post that she made, I think 2018, 2017. And it's just plastered all over these in-game assets that Marathon uses. And you can see it's clearly stolen. Here's hers, Harrison, and then another one, this, and you can think back to the ARG. You can even think to things in-game with like the load-in animation, things in cutscenes, things in the websites. Yeah, this is pretty one-to-one too. I mean, pretty clearly, at least inspiration was taken from it. And yeah, so it's very strange. It's a very weird head scratcher situation because it's clearly stolen, and there's other pieces too. Here's this one. Flipped upside down, and this, and even the text from this is left. It's hard to see because it's zoomed out, but everything is taken one for one almost. Even this sequence of numbers is literally the same sequences of numbers as right here. And you can look at these logos. It's completely taken. And so the first thing I want to say is that if there's almost like no way that this was some coordinated effort, because no art director is going to say, oh yeah, we can put this in our game and they won't notice. We can leave this in the game, we can stream this to a bunch of people, and we'll just be fine. I think Bungie has enough lawsuits on their hands to the point where as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, this is, to some degree, this is not intentional. Anti-Real goes on to say, I don't have the resources nor the energy to spare to pursue this legally. I have lost count of the number of times a major company has deemed it easier to pay as a designer to imitate or steal my work than to write me an email. In 10 years, I have never made a consistent income from this work, and I am tired of designers from huge companies mood boarding and parasiting my designs while I struggle to make a living. That hurts. Especially with the mood boarding comment, because I take this logo just as an example of what can happen with mood boarding. So mood boarding is when you get kind of you take someone's work, but you claim that you're just using it as inspiration, and the purpose of this is to be like, okay, let's say I wanted to mood board this. I want to look at this and I want to basically figure out, how do I create the same emotions that this logo is making? How do I use that? That's a mood board. Well, unfortunately, a lot of the time what mood boarding gets used for is it instead goes, okay, how can I use this design but make it not obvious that I stole it? Don't make it obvious that I mood boarded it. And that really hurts artists, especially with all that they're already going through. And so, you can keep hearing about the Red War lawsuit, and let's just go back to Anti-Real's account and look at what she said. And so she's received a lot of support because of this, which is good to hear. There's been donations, and a lot of people have gone through her work, and you could even see the original post. It blew up pretty crazy. It went pretty far, and it went even further than, for those of you who remember, this other case where with I think this was the witness cutscene. This basically also one-to-one recreation. This one's maybe slightly less obvious, but is still pretty clear-cut. And yeah, I mean, those who remember. And basically, what I was saying about this is like, you're working on really big teams. It's said that the team on Marathon is supposed to be almost like 300 people. And so I was saying, okay, let's just wait to see what Marathon says first, because there's a lot that can happen with a team like that, And so we're gonna just real quick cover what they said. And so there's a tweet that they put out, I think, an hour ago. Okay, so we immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game. The issue was unknown by our existing art team, and we are still reviewing how this oversight occurred. We take matters like this very seriously. We have reached out to Anti-Real to discuss this issue and are committed to do right by the artist. As a matter of policy, we do not use the work of artists without their permission. To prevent similar issues in the future, we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets, specifically those done by the former Bungie artist, and implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. We value the creativity and dedication of all artists who contribute to our games, and we are committed to doing right by them. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. And so a few things, though, on this, and I do think it's an overall pretty good response, and also funny timing, but Joe Ziegler, which is the game director of Marathon, is going to be doing a live stream tomorrow. At least that's their plan. We'll see if they delay it, where they're just going to talk about the game, and I'm sure that for that entire live stream, pretty much everyone's just going to be talking about the art, and they're just going to completely ignore the chat. It's definitely a possibility. And so I'm glad that they addressed it today, because that would have been a nightmare, I'm sure. But yeah, so then there's this other piece. Joseph A. Cross has been following Anti-Real for a while, and so there's definitely a world in which that this could go even deeper than it is, to the point of like almost like art stalking, which I really hope is not the case, where they're like silently, mood boarding. Also, she makes music and whatnot, but mostly the concern comes from the art. And so here's some other art pieces that she's made, and these are very, very similar to Marathon style. Like, I would say that this is very much the same kind of thing that Marathon tries to evoke. This even kind of reminds me of South Relay and North Relay within the perimeter map. And yeah, no, I'm starting to think, like, why didn't they reach out to her? They've been following her, and as far as she said, there's been no communications from them. And I think she would make a great contribution to the team. She seems to make some great stuff, and she also says that it's been fairly difficult for her to make a living, and that hurts to see, and so yeah, that's I think where we're gonna leave it. We'll have to wait until the stream tomorrow. I really hope that this works out. It does seem that to some extent this has helped her a bit. She's received some level of goodness out of this, but yeah, no, it does really hurt to see that this kind of stuff can happen. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and take it easy, everyone. We'll be seeing you next time.